Stair Beach, it's a bit windy. And when I say it's a bit windy, it's actually very, very windy. I mean, yeah, it's very windy. However, I have been tasked with going to Reynaldo's and getting some of the handmade chocolates. So I'm just going to walk along there, past the pavilion, up to Reynaldo's and get some handmade chocolates. Not for me. Oh no, I don't get things like that. No. I have to go and get all the fruity flavours. Oofed. This is Reynaldo's, where I would usually have raspberry ruffle. They haven't got any raspberry ruffle, so today we're having dragon fruit, which is also sort of purpley and fruity, and they're always good. Doesn't matter what flavour you get, it's always going to be good. As long as I've known this, it was Mecca, but I did know it was built as a Green's Playhouse. Not the first Green's Playhouse on this site. One of them burnt down, I think, and then this one was put up. But you can see there's now a Playhouse sign visible from, well, I think it's been a Mecca since the 1960s anyway. So there we go, it's now a Playhouse again. So that bridge over there, that's the new bridge, which as you can see is quite old, and when it was being built, the guy that built it stayed in this building here with the curvy front on it. Although the new bridge is quite old, it's not as old as the old bridge, which is this one here. That's the old bridge. And by the magic of editing, yes, on the old bridge now, which is quite old. It's sort of fallen down in both places a few times and had to patch it up. The arches aren't all quite the same size, but it outlasted the new one. Well, it outlasted the old new one. The new one is obviously still there. Now, this used to mightily perplex me when I was wee. Like, what is the point of that? Why is that bit there? Well, I found an old photograph a few years ago that showed that that section of the wall there isn't original. So it seems to have been that was for boat launching, and that bit of the wall wasn't there, so you could launch a boat down this ramp. I'm guessing the brick bit wasn't there at the time. Swans probably were, because the swans have always been there, but apparently that's what that was for, but I only found that out a couple of years back. If you look sort of over here and over here, you can see there's a vertical break in the wall where there's no bond between the rocks, and usually they overlap a wee bit like brickwork. And two bits there they don't, and that's where the new bit of wall was let in to fill up the gap actually. You can see the coping along the top, so that'd be a bit different as well. Maybe that should be capping, but anyway, it doesn't match, it's different from the ones either side. The stones are different thickness, totally different kind, so it doesn't match the rest of the wall, and that's because it's not as old. Graveyard right in the middle of town. It's a bit unusual, but why not? You can spend an awful long time running about reading some of the gravestones here. I have done in the past. Back in the day, I used to think these guys were really exciting because these are mort safes. It actually says it on that one, and what they did was you put them in the coffin to stop resurrectionists coming and stealing your body after you were dead. And small children obviously love that kind of thing. Hurston's gone a few years now. No idea what they can do with that building. It is really, really big. It goes back a long way. It's in various different bits and pieces. No idea. They did have a fake Freddie Mercury in it for the last couple of months. He was doing a hoovering thing, but they still shut down. Here, Odeon. First cinema I ever went to would have been the Jungle Book, 1970 or 71. Last remaining of 3 Odeons built in Scotland. The one in Kirk and the one in Hamilton got knocked down a few years ago. Closed 2 months ago, and they've debranded it, taken all the Odeon stuff off the side. I don't know what's going to happen to it. My guess is it's going to accidentally burn down at some point. Same is probably going to happen to this big white thing behind me, which is the railway station hotel. It's been in that tent for a couple of years, and it's probably just getting worse inside. It tends to stop bits of it falling off and landing on the railway. The station hotel was okay. The Odeon bothers me a lot more because it's the last one, and apparently it could be easily restored to its original look. There's some paint over the tiles in the front, but that could be taken off. The tower's still there. There are some internal details that are still there. I've seen pictures of them. I don't know what's going to happen to it. I mean, the Odeon over on the other side of town shut in about 1982, and it's still there. It was a bingo hall for a while, and it was some sort of nightclub, and it's been just lying for at least 30 years. So I don't know, but I can't see anything good happening to it. I imagine it's either just going to be allowed to fall apart, and then we'll be allowed to knock it down for safety grounds, or it'll mysteriously go on fire one day, and that'll be it gone. Okay, I'm doing it. I'm walking along the seawall. It was me. I did it. I don't care. I'm not proud. I like walking along the seawall. I always have. So there it is.